Hello, this is Daniel Ritchie, the developer of Howler, and I would like to talk to you today on an important subject of what to do when you don't know what's going on. When you get lost in the program, and with any program that's rather complicated and has perhaps hundreds of, or thousands of functions, there's every now and again going to be a time when you get lost and you don't know what's happening. Uh, don't worry about it. We're gonna cover that. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be either one of two things in Howler. Either it's going to be an alpha selection that's been turned on, or it's going to be the caps lock key is on. So there, I told you, that's the whole secret right there. Say you're in the heat of artistic creation and you're hitting all these buttons everywhere, the undo buttons and all these things. Well, you're bound to every once in a while get into a situation where you backed up into using the undo button into a case where you have a selection that you've forgotten about, or something selected and maybe it's only one pixel and you can't see it, and you've accidentally clicked on the paint can or the magic wand by mistake, and you've selected one pixel and you can't see, or maybe there's something that's selected off screen and you can't see it and you don't know what's going on, and you're trying to paint and you're trying to paint and you're trying to paint and nothing's happening. Well, 9 times out of 10, going to selection, clear alpha, and then you'll be able to work. Not a problem at all. Alright, the other case is the caps lock key, and this will get you a lot of times because selecting the caps lock key will in fact reverse the mouse buttons, the left and right mouse buttons, so that you paint with the secondary key with the left button and all that. It'll give you a warning up here on the title bar, and often it will give you this little box down here as well, just warning you that the caps lock is on. So that is the second thing to check when you get lost. Let's see, it's on, it's off. Apparently, it doesn't update the title bar, and maybe we can fix that today before we release 9.2. But that is the second thing that usually happens. One third thing you might want to be aware of is that we have a lot of settings in the program, and sometimes you can get lost in what all your settings are. Say you've loaded a media and it's changed some of your settings. Say it's added paper textures, or it's added a brush mode that you didn't expect it to be on. Well, there's a shortcut to get out of that. Just press let's see, I'll load a media here, and you'll see it has all these crazy settings, and there's an impasto effect on and all this stuff, whatever. Well, just press the escape key and you'll see it clears everything back to the default settings, and we're back to an airbrush tool. Or if you want to, say you have a one of these big crazy brushes on here, and it has this preview on it and everything, whatever, and you have this brush floating around with you, and you want to get rid of that, but you don't want to necessarily waste time and having to go all the way to the media browser, selecting something basic, airbrush, small airbrush, whatever. You don't want to have to do that, have to go through all that. Well, just press the period on the keyboard, and it'll take you to a single pixel brush. So that is a shortcut to get to a very simple tool. That is the period on the keyboard. At some point, I'll have to, in another tutorial, I'll have to cover some other keyboard shortcuts. There are a few really useful ones, like the N on the keyboard will center the screen under your cursor. good to know about these kind of things, because say you're working on a project and you accidentally hit a button. Well, maybe you hit the end key, and your screen went, your visible part of your screen went all the way off screen. Well, you usually can sort that out by using the center, or this one of these here buttons, or sometimes minimizing and maximizing will do that as well. So there's a few things you can do. And that's basically all I was going to cover for now. There are a few buttons though, like I was saying. Say you have all these settings, that maybe one of the media's changed some of your settings and you want to get back to the basics. There are also some other shortcuts, like I said, pressing the escape key, but near the settings button there is also a quick clear button. Just pressing that will do the same thing. Say you had paper texture selected that you didn't want selected, settings, like, I don't know how, just pressing the quick clear button will clear all that on the paper settings. I believe there's also ones for fill settings. Say you had gone into one of these funny modes like this and had like the warp mode and all this stuff. Well, just pressing that the quick clear button will clear everything back to the default settings. So those are some of the things you can do if you get lost in the program. I wanted to keep this tutorial short. Should be releasing a new version shortly, and that's about it for now. Talk to you later.